Welcome back, folks. We are at ALA with author Zhong Shen, whose amazing book, Crossing the Swamp, is a great introduction to anyone who wants to be an entrepreneur or serial investor or anything. Tell me about that book.
Sure.
Okay, you can put it down now.
So I'm an entrepreneur myself, but I call myself parallel entrepreneur instead of a serial entrepreneur.
I've never heard that phrase.
Yeah. Parallel entrepreneurship means you can launch and manage multiple businesses simultaneously. Now this is getting so popular right now. Lots of entrepreneurs tend to build multiple businesses. A good example, Elon Musk, he probably has 7, 8, 9 different businesses. But it's a fun process because you learn how to, take advantage of different businesses and mutual leverage the businesses. So, well, this is just a part of the book.
Okay.
Yeah. But the other thing I talked a lot in my book is how people can challenge themselves and how people can overcome the hurdles in their life. Not only as entrepreneur, but real life. There are so many problems.
Much more than a self-help book, isn't it?
Correct. Yeah.
So where did you come up with the title, Crossing the Swamp? I love that.
Yes. So this is such an interesting story. You know who gave the title to me?
No.
ChatGPT.
Nice guy, that ChatGPT.
That's right. Yeah. So when the book came out last summer, ChatGPT was getting very popular.
Right.
And I was scratching my head trying to find out a good title for the book. So I asked ChatGPT, I said, okay, can you give me a proper title of the book? So I introduced the book to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT not only gave me the name, the title, but also give me such a long explanation why being an entrepreneur is like crossing a swamp.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. I think it was a great fit. Yeah.
That's really good because when you read the title, you don't picture it being about entrepreneurship, and you don't picture it being about elevating one's own self.
Right.
So this is a combination strategy book.
Correct.
As well as a wellness book for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what other topics do you deal with? Well, let me ask you this question. So when you work on multiple businesses simultaneously, is there a core strategy that you use for each one?
Well, I think number one, you have to build the first business, first.
Model.
Of course, yeah. You want to create, cash flow out of your first business so that you have such a financial foundation. You can build the second, the third, the fourth businesses. So it's not like you can start, many different businesses on the same day. You have to take one step at a time. But eventually, if you can learn, something from your first business, and you have some ideas how to build other businesses, you can take advantage of the success of your first business.
So when you are thinking about a specific business, is it something that you want to do, or do you analyze and see a hole in the marketplace where you can be of service? How do you choose what business you want to be in?
It's all about your motivation, your drive. I think for any entrepreneurs to succeed, the number one priority is it needs to find out the burning desire, the sort of the inner drive of being an entrepreneur. That's the key. It probably doesn't matter what sector, what industry you're in. There are always opportunities you can build your own business. Doesn't matter where where you start, but you need to have the burning desire to, keep fighting, finding a way to succeed.
Yeah, I imagine it's not all roses.
No, it's tough. It's really tough.
And so I assume there's no nights or weekends for you because you're managing multiple businesses at the same time and writing it down. Does your wife get upset with you?
Yes, no. Well, actually, she's a big part of my business.
Strategy?
She's my business partner.
Oh,
by the
perfect.
way, yeah. And I'm lucky because we figured out a way to, still get along out of the business. This is a challenge for a lot of couples.
Incredibly
If they stay together, 24/7, that's already a big challenge.
Oh my
Not to
goodness.
mention, in any businesses, the husband and wife could have a totally different perspectives, and they fight. they, but fortunately, we didn't do that, and we haven't really fought.
That's
over
the book you
business
should
issues.
write.
It's actually one chapter of this book.
How to be in business with your wife and stay
Exactly.
married.
Yes, that's right.
When my wife's friends ask her, "How's Jeff?" She always says the same thing. Well, I haven't killed him yet.
Yeah. That's
So
funny,
I understand.
yeah.
This promises to be a really fascinating book. Thank you so much for your time. I'm really grateful to meet you. I've not met you before, and your book sounds fabulous.
I'm so grateful for the opportunity, Jeff.
Thanks, John.
Thank you for having me.
I really appreciate it.
Okay, let me get a copy.